Ho, ho. What up, everybody? Good to see you. I'm going to cough. I'm going to start this off by coughing. Get ready. I was expecting to see all the viewers leave, but hi, Lamp Boob. Thanks for showing up. Lamp Boob. I'm going to modify this to be a little... Let me move the camera just a smidgen here. What kind of new earbuds you got, bro? I'm a big Bose guy. I highly recommend Bose. I'm all about brands. Really been loving brands lately, you know? So, as you all know, people on the Patreon get to vote on what song I open these live streams with. Ooh, Samsung Galaxy Buds. What was it? For a while I had these earplugs that I bring to the gym called J-Lab. They were literally called like J-Lab J-O Buds. And I was like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Me and my buds are J&O. Which of course stands for Jewish Operations. So everyone who is subscribed to the Patreon, patreon.com/JosarianAndrews, can vote. I did every time so many times, and I'll do it again, even though I don't remember how that song goes. But I'll put that in there next time. People can make suggestions. One person suggested Foo Fighters, and next week I played Foo Fighters. Today I'm not playing Foo Fighters, nor am I playing Britney Spears. You know, I was watching an episode of, what's her name, Kathy Griffin, live on the D-List. Remember Kathy Griffin? Who was very cool. She posted a photo with Donald Trump's cut off head, which was fake, as it turns out. She did not actually murder the president, which is probably for the best. And everyone kind of lost their mind. It was back in the first Trump administration when everyone was like, we're going to deal with this like weird aberration. You know, America's in a weird place, and now we're pretty much all like, yeah, tear down the White House. Literally, who gives a shit? Literally, who cares about anything? This is what we deserve. Fuck off. But anyway, Kathy Griffin and her show in an episode from, God, I don't know, like 2008, 2009, interviewed Taylor Swift briefly outside the Country Music Awards. And the little chyron underneath said, country's Britney. That's how they identified Taylor Swift in like 2009. The Britney Spears of country. So, in a lot of ways, this song I will be performing is by the Britney Spears of Bay Area punk rockers. This is, of course, called Nazi Punks. And guys, be careful, because there's bad words here. Nazi Punks Off is the name of this song. By, of course, the Dead Kennedys. One of the greatest band names of all time. Easily top 5. Punk ain't no religious cult. Punk means thinking for yourself. You ain't hardcore cause you spike your hair when a jock still lives inside your head. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Or fuck off. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Come to fight, get out of here. You ain't no better than the bouncers. We ain't trying to be police. When you ape the cops, it ain't anarchy. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Guys, jump one. What a man. You fight each other, the police state wins. Stab your backs when you trash our halls. Trash a bank if you got real balls. You still think swastika look cool. The real Nazis run your schools. They're coaches, businessmen, and cops. In a real Fourth Reich, you'll be first to go. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks. Fuck off. Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks. Fuck off. Nazi Nazi punks, Nazi punks, Nazi punks, fuck off. Let's start the show. Thank you for all the emojis, lamp boobs. Appreciate that. Nazi punks, Nazi punks. You know, I'm willing to state this right now for everybody. This is an anti-Nazi live stream. I mean, broadly speaking, you know, we're liberals here, so it's like, let's listen to what the Nazis have to say. Maybe, you know, if we can come up with a means-based system to provide, you know, small business loans. Exactly. That's violent rhetoric. I am the only liberal here. You're goddamn right. As I've said before, and it is true, my actual political positions, unironically, most of the time are basically some version of a social democrat. I'm basically like, I don't know, Norway's pretty good. We probably should have a more robust social safety net. That's really all we need. But if you get me immediately after talking to a Republican, then I'm like, oh, Chairman Mao was a pussy. That guy did not go nearly far enough. We need re-education camps for everyone who has ever even glanced at Fox News, like at the gyms. 100%. 10 minutes with a landlord. Oh my God. No Kings protest was last week. Were you guys at the No Kings protest? I am Jewish. I know. I'm literally like North Korea. What the fuck are we talking about? Okay. North Korea might as well be Starbucks. All right. We need to go way further. Jeesh. We got like 3 different things I'm talking about. I'll get back to talking about the No Kings protest. I did just watch a movie that's on Netflix. Congrats on working, because you're part of the muscular class. I personally am part of the glandular class in that I sweat so much. You know, and all the talk about the death of Charlie Kirk, and I'm sorry to announce to you guys that Charlie Kirk is dead. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. We are not speaking enough about his weird obsession with showers. For a long time, he would always say, like, you know, Donald Trump is for the working Americans who take like 3 to 4 showers a day. And I think a big thing is that Charlie Kirk never worked in his life, never really had a job. So his perception of it, he goes, I don't know, seems like all those disgusting, unwashed masses sweat a lot, right? That's what they all do. All those guys who do all the work that I would never do, God forbid. People don't talk nearly enough about that. Or they also do not talk about the fact that Charlie Kirk probably, I think we can all agree, was on fentanyl when he got shot. He was probably... My favorite Charlie Kirk conspiracy theory, if you want to call it that, I don't know if that's the best term for it, sort of a mystical conspiracy theory, is the idea that God, personally, I believe the doctor said he overdosed, okay? Plus, you know, vaxxed, question mark. That's, and I'll say this again, if Gavin Newsom just retweets Charlie Kirk's obituary with vaxxed, question mark, I am donating all my money to him. Gavin Newsom, I think, wouldn't be a very good president, and I don't think he would win, so he's definitely not someone I'm generally supporting. But if he makes Nazis mad, I will go with him 100%. I will love him. But they will say Charlie Kirk was like, he took the bullet bravely and boldly and spared other lives. Other people didn't die because Charlie Kirk took the bullet. That's an actual thing people are saying on like Fox News. And it's very funny because like no one was behind him. He was presenting to a group of people. But also it's like, well, I mean, if God had the ability to make it so Charlie Kirk would sacrifice himself, why didn't he just not kill Charlie Kirk? Like, he's God. Can't he do anything? And they'd be like, well, Charlie Kirk had to die in order to spread his, you know, message. What message is that? You know, love. Just generally love and good and good and talk good and we love. Gavin Newsom, more like grab my nudes, son. First off, J.D. Vance will probably say that, debating him on stage in 2028, running up to the election, which we're not going to have. And I don't know, JD Vance, because that's the question we have. Will JD Vance be the nominee in 2028? Because I think there'll be elections, quote unquote. There are elections in fucking Russia right now, but they're not going to be sort of like free, fair elections in the way we kind of think of them. But I imagine JD Vance will get the nomination if Trump is dead. Even if he's like literally, he looks like Tim Curry. Do you know what Tim Curry looks like now? The guy from Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's not good, folks. He's not good. He looks, I'll tell you what Tim Curry looks like. He looks like how Donald Trump is going to look like in a couple years. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of Tim Curry. He was Pennywise the Clown. He freaked me out. He was, of course, listen, hear me out on this one. He was in the film Home Alone 2, also starring Donald Trump. Where we go one, we go all, guys. It only makes sense. That's what I've long said. Oh my God. I'm going all over the damn place. I was talking about the No Kings protest. Were you guys at the No Kings protest? Okay. Oh, I had a stroke, darling. That is true. Except he doesn't say it like that. He goes, oh, I had a stroke, darling. I had a stroke. Tim Curry, who is admitting to have had a stroke. Donald Trump's still in denial about it. Donnie, come out of the stroke closet. All right? Which, by the way, if I'm in the closet, every closet's a stroke closet, if you know what I'm saying, and I think you do. Man. Yes. So Tim Curry is better than Donald Trump, is sounding better, doing better, looking better. That being said, Donald Trump has been cast as Frankenfurter in the Broadway revival of Rocky Horror Picture Show. There is a non-zero chance 2028 happens. Donald Trump, tries to overthrow the government and does what she does, but everyone's so fucking incompetent and cowardly, it just doesn't happen. And we get a Democrat, and Donald Trump just kind of leaves and is on Dancing with the Stars. There is a non-zero chance Donald Trump leaves office. First he has everyone do January 6th, part 2, Electric Boogaloo, and they plant bombs. And there's a video of someone digging up Nancy Pelosi's corpse, I do want to see what you're doing during the Kings protest, and we'll talk about that in a second. But there's a non-zero chance that, after January 6th, part 2, which I presume will be January 7th, they'll just be like, we have to do it on the next day because it's the sequel. And they're like, well, by then they will have already signed the paperwork, and they will be like, paperwork is Jewish. Fuck you. That Donald Trump is just literally just a celebrity again. And everyone just kind of goes with it. And then, we elect whoever, Gavin Newsom, and they do a fine job as far as such things go. They could do a lot better. They still, sell children to fucking Israel, and they just do all the shit Democrats do, and it's fine. And the country's being run fine, but, we're still exporting terror, and it's just all the terrible things too. And we should all give free strokes to all Tims. I'm just, I could think of someone that could deserve it. Anyway. And then Gavin Newsom or fucking Pete Buttigieg, who's not going to be president. He has 0% of the black vote. Why? We're not going to talk about that. You tell me. You tell me why that is. But Pete Buttigieg isn't going to be. It's probably going to fucking be Gavin Newsom. And maybe he wins. And they try to rig it, and they just can't do it because they're all stupid. Because everyone trying to do the fascist takeover is just... The whole fascist takeover is just 12 multi-level marketing schemes on top of one another, and they can't pull it off. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I did literally go to Burger King after the No Kings rally. I mean, it was later in the evening, but I went to Burger King and I was like, it's kind of a funny little bit we're doing. Anyway, the fact that I'm just getting fast food after this, the fact that afterwards I just went to a movie and got fast food is maybe a sign that we're not taking this protest quite as seriously as we should. But there's a solid chance a Democrat wins the presidency again in 2028. I mean, it's also a solid chance that, there's no America anymore. I don't know. I certainly would imagine that the Republican Party would like for there to not be free and fair elections. If I were them, I would do everything possible to avoid that. Just out of the fear that, maybe Gavin Newsom or whoever would be serious and actually Nuremberg these people. He's not, he's not going to do anything. You need to take your black pill. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm sort of like a lot of people, I think. I vacillate wildly between, I guess, 3 states I'm sort of going between. The big one, I mean, don't threaten me with a good time in terms of tribunals. I'm just saying, maybe, secular humanist YouTube lawyers, maybe we need to have trials for certain people in the government who I think are maybe breaking the law. And we have trials, you know, and if a jury of their peers, so, you know, also Israeli pedophiles, if a jury of their peers decide, sure, we should, you know, maybe do a little to all these people, maybe it happens. I don't know. I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to happen. I do oscillate wildly between total black pill, like we're all fucked. I don't give a shit. Like today, I saw the footage I think everyone did of Donald Trump just destroying the White House because he wants to build a ballroom, because he has the soul of a gay man. He's not gay because I think he doesn't like view sex as pleasant. I don't think he likes any sex with male, or he will rape women, which he has done for a sense of dominance over them. But I don't think, you shouldn't read the news. It doesn't matter. But he's gay in every way except the cool ways, where you have sex with men, which is cool. Donald Trump just wants to build ballrooms. He doesn't give a shit. He's so old and decrepit. He just wants to build a beautiful ballroom for him to have an Oscar party in. That's all he really wants. And honestly, I get it. I get it, my man. But he unfortunately decided that the White House wasn't big enough for that or something. So I don't know the full details of it, but he does have a construction crew destroying the East Wing of the White House. Oh my God. And he is having it because it's not being paid for by taxpayers. Thank God. Thank God. All the coolest relatives of yours are on Facebook right now going, it is actually not being paid by taxpayers. But when Barack Obama built a basketball court, and then, you know, they scream the N-word 17 times, then realize you can't type that on Facebook. When Barack Obama built basketball court, it would pay by taxpayer, which Barack Obama didn't. It doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Barack Obama's not president. Presidents do stupid shit with their money all the time. But it is worth noting, it doesn't matter that they're wrong, but it's worth noting that they are wrong. You know, Barack Obama didn't build a basketball court. He took a tennis court and turned it into a basketball court. But like, literally, who gives a shit anyway? But Donald Trump is funding this. The state was never made for the people. It was originally, I'm not going to keep reading that. That is a lot of words. I'll be honest with you, Zach AP, I'm glad to see you here. I've not seen you in this chat before. If you go, this cutie is on about, I am a cutie post Oxford. Thank you so very much for joining me. Law won't bail out America. That I agree with. But anyway, it's being paid via bribes by various people because there's a government shutdown right now. Oh no, it's post forward, but I had to put an X. It's okay. I didn't read it all. Balkanization, the state only defends. Now I'm reading it. I don't know. I'm going too far out of the way on this one. It's being paid by, like, you know, fucking Amazon and whoever, just a bunch of like Bitcoin billionaires, a bunch of guys who again got Bitcoin in like 2003 because they were like, I heard there was some child pornography here. Thank you so very much. I sure would like to purchase some child pornography. What's that? I have to use Bitcoin? Might as well get $20 worth. And they didn't check on it. And like 2022, they realized they were billionaires and they're like, well, I would like to destroy the world. So if I could invest in that, that would be great for me. They consequently are funding this whole thing. So Donald Trump is tearing down the East Wing of the White House. And some people are mad about it. They're up in arms about it. And I get it. I'm not like, how dare you? I get it. It's like probably a bad thing that he's doing it. But I'm like, I'd fucking tear it all down. That's the black pill. Man, who gives a shit? Tear the whole fucking country down. The ultimate black pill is to realize that Donald Trump is who we deserve. Donald Trump is exactly what this country deserves. Oh, I see. Post-Exford. It's not post-Oxford. I'm being stupid. Post-Ford. What is it, like post-Ford? I'm imagining that is YouTube blocks it because it's too woke. Is it just gender is a social construct, copied and pasted over and over again? I'm imagining post Ford is what all of the guys on Facebook whose profile picture is them like holding a fish in a truck. It's them what they text each other. Post Ford instead of post nudes is like post pictures of their truck. Okay, listen, Zach, I'm gonna read what you posted. I'm going to read the entirety of it. All right. I'm sitting here. I'm always posting Ford. Hell yeah, dude. Post Ford's. I love all you people. First, I'm glad anyone who will sit here and listen to me talk, just endlessly, mindlessly fucking ramble on. Let me read what Zach bothered to write this. And I was so dismissive and I was like, I'm not going to read what this is being a fucking piece of shit. He bothered to write it. And listen, does he have serious mental illness? I don't know. Is he either not taking medication or taking the wrong medication? I don't know, but he seems like a sincere, intelligent guy. So let's read what he had to say. The state was never made for the people. It was originally paid for by companies to exist, to defend their property. So far, I don't disagree. So far, I think you've basically nailed it. You know, I mean, I think ultimately the state was one of the better HBO comedy show. Zach App is a daily education streamer who goes off on chuds occasionally. God damn, I wish I had the time to stream daily. It is fun for me to do. I love going off on chuds. Big fan. Scooter, if you wash some dishes, put this on in the background, okay? This is good dishwashing music. Every now and then, I'm just going to go, you missed a spot. You missed a spot. You need more soap. Yeah, I know the Trader Joe's dish soap sucks. It takes a long time, but fucking come on, go. Anyway, the state was never made for by the people. I agree with that thus far. It's either a labor movement plus general strike or patchwork network states in America, balkanization. The state only defends whoever dictates the economy, not themselves, but ownership through liberal idealistic property rights. More like Trader Joe Biden. You know what? Great point. Definitely, and that's a really crucial thing if you're doing a Facebook argument. If maybe you are the stupidest person in the world who thinks Kid Rock is the only non-woke music, who thinks Rage Against the Machine is on your side when your big issue is you think there are too many immigrants on the bus, and also you're mad that you still have to take the bus, but don't worry, you're going to be a billionaire. You've got an amazing idea. What if they combined peanut butter and jelly together, and it was in one jar? If you could just patent it and change the world so Smuckers didn't already try to do that, you'd kill it. Yeah, but if you're one of those people, you definitely want to bring up Joe Biden in any argument. Anytime someone goes, hey, look at this terrible thing Trump is doing, you just go, yeah, Joe Biden did it worse. Joe Biden actually did it worse. And then, so let's say you say, hey, I don't like that Donald Trump, what he was impeached for, he tried to call up the Ukraine, called up Vladimir Zelensky himself, I think he did, and said, give me more information on Joe Biden, like Oppo research, or I'm going to stop sending you stuff. Stop sending you all the cool weapons we send you. You want to mention that, because then the crucial thing is that it gets a lot of people just going, well, the Democrats are as bad. And then anyone you're arguing with has to stop and explain why you're wrong. And the big thing is that if you are explaining things, you've lost. Zelensky didn't wear a suit to their meeting, and that's fucking disgusting. It is very funny, all these world leaders like Zelensky or like that lady who won the Nobel Peace Prize. And I think she's like a CIA plant in Venezuela or something, but that's fine. Who is it? Maduro's running Venezuela? He's not doing a good job. Fuck it. Let the CIA give it a shot. Come on. See what they can do. But anyway, all these world leaders have just... He should have said thank you. God, that was funny. All of these world leaders... They're like talking to each other and they're like, if you just say Trump has like a great dick, he'll give you anything. We don't give a shit. So Zelensky has just been like, thank you. We love you. I know. And he also did say thank you. But Donald Trump, great guy. He is beautiful. We love him. He does everything good and makes world good. I mean, that's so the thing is, Donald Trump has been better ever so slightly on foreign policy than I would have thought. Now, obviously, domestic policy, it's terrible. And it's not like he's good with foreign policy. Like, he's escalated fucking war and he bombed Iran and all that kind of shit. But you look at things like, again, this is a show about arguing on Facebook. That is what the show is really fundamentally about, because I do it a lot. I went to the No Kings protest. While there, I pulled out my phone and argued with people on Facebook while marching, while going like, this is what democracy looks like. Zelensky's face? Or whose face? Donald Trump's face? Yeah, let me tell you something. Half of it looks tired. The other half looks dead. It's not great. It's not great. But when Donald Trump, according to the Facebook comments I saw, got the hostages released and brokered peace in the Middle East, it worked out really great. Everyone sat there and said, how dare you give Donald Trump, credit for peace in the Middle East? And it's like, well, come on, they're going to fucking fight again in like 5 minutes. And I believe they're already fighting again. I believe Israel sent fucking missiles. And I say they're fighting and everyone's going to get butthurt and be like, it's a genocide. They're not fighting. It probably is a genocide, but you should go, it's a genocide. Dead Gaza baby. Dead Gaza baby. That is true. Abraham did get a Honda, and that does fucking rule. Honda Accord. I like that. That's a good bit. Roll down his windows, make fun of me for wearing a face mask. That reminds. Again, this is a show just about Facebook arguments, which I'm in all the time. If I see a Republican on Facebook, I immediately will point out that they're stupid. It doesn't help anyone. I've never once had anyone admit they were right. I've never felt better about it, but I do it compulsively. And I was like, get off Facebook, I beg you. That is maybe the best advice I've ever gotten. And like all good advice I've ever gotten, I will not be following it. Thank you so very much. So someone on Facebook, was I'm pro ICE. I love ICE. And then I was like, you don't know how the immigration process works. Okay. You were one of the main reasons they shut down the Tim Pool subreddit. I didn't know that. That rules. Was I? Just because I would go in there and argue with people and just be like, you guys are mentally ill. Hell yeah, dude. That rocks. Oh my God, I can die now. I've done one good thing for the world. I go goblin mode when I argue on the internet. I just fuck people up. It's nasty. But a guy was, saying, it's good we have ICE in here. They're getting rid of the felons. And I was like, you don't know how immigration works, okay? It's like crossing over the border illegally is a misdemeanor. It's a civil, what the fuck are you talking about? Not to mention ICE is arresting plenty of people that are in the middle of the asylum process. You clearly don't know what that is. And the guy goes, yeah, I know what it is. I'm married to an immigrant. And I wasn't going full goblin mode because I should have immediately landed on that and just gone, come on. Come on, buddy. You're telling me you're a 90-day fiance situation? You're going to fucking talk to me about politics. Meanwhile, you are fucking an Eastern European bitch who is just getting her fucking pussy plowed by your tiny ass little dick so she can get enough money to give her little brother a new arm. No, they don't understand fucking anything. Terrorize. That's what I tell people all the time. I say, listen, you can fucking sit here and shit on immigrants all you want, but I want you to know this in your heart. How they're treating immigrants, and plenty of these people are American citizens, by the way. But let's even just say, let's posit your position and imagine it as like a guy who snuck over the border, to MS-13. He's the guy from, you're imagining the guy from Training Day who's like, you ever have your shit pushed in? That's how you imagine all of these people are. Let's pretend they actually are like that. There's a reason these people still need due process, and I'll tell you why. Because anything they do to them, they will fucking do to you if they think they can get away with it. Okay? If they think that there are no fucking rules, all right, they'll fucking go after you too. But then this guy, and so this guy said I should have gone fucking hard against this guy. But instead it was just like, I don't know. I don't like unaccounted for fucking masked agents just harassing people off the streets. I think that's bad from first principles, even if they are criminals. And again, many of them absolutely are not. Many of them are not. But even if they were all criminals, I want a fucking system of accountability for all of us. And the guy goes, oh, so you don't like ICE wearing masks? Well, how come you love Antifa wearing masks? Keep in mind, I hadn't mentioned Antifa. Like what? Most of them are not criminals? Probably. Guess what? We don't fucking know which ones are criminals or not because there's no goddamn due process. Okay? We've known for plenty of them gotten out. So again, most of them, not criminals. Even if they were all criminals. And they are not. Even if they were all fucking criminals, I would still want a system in place. But if someone, you know, and they sincerely believe Antifa is like an organization with meetings and shit like that, and it's not. But what, like, with someone that stupid, what do you say to them? That's what black pills me ultimately, which is like, you know, I don't think they're nearly good enough, but I personally would be fine with Democratic Party running things. That being said, I'm very privileged and lucky to be relatively affluent, and like, just in any number of ways, I'm privileged and lucky. So if someone's like first off, if someone just goes, the Democratic Party doesn't go nearly far enough, I go, yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that. You're absolutely correct about that. It would be great if we had a proper education system, but the problem is, well, we don't need healthcare. If you're sick, it's your fault. You just need to work harder. You need to hustle harder, as a matter of fact. Go harder. But we need a better education system. But the fundamental problem is that it's bad. Yeah, for people's brains. It's bad for people with a lot of money. The thing about the healthcare, especially the mental health care system, do you guys remember when a couple weeks ago on a bus, I literally don't even know where the fuck this happened. I don't think it was Chicago because the bus didn't look familiar to me, but I don't know. But a woman who is a Ukrainian immigrant, so like a white woman, I guess, according to the people who share this, to start a race war. Whether or not Ukrainians are white, whiteness is a whole invented fucking concept anyway. So I don't know. You tell me. Any Nazis in the audience, you tell me who's white and who's not. But this woman on a bus was stabbed to death by a crazy black man. And I don't know. That's sad. I wish that hadn't have happened. Like, right-wingers will share that video everywhere just to be like, see, look at this video. Aren't you happy this happened? And I'm like, no, that's bad. No one tell me what, Dougie Jones? That I'm not white? I'm the only white motherfucker. I did a DNA test, and turns out I'm 100% that bitch. No, I did the ancestry thing, and it turns out that, like, it's just fucking white. And it's just British. We're so fucking white, there's not even Irish in there, all right? My ancestors had slurs for other white people. Listen, did my ancestors own slaves? Moving on. So, in this video, a woman sitting on a bus gets stabbed to death by a crazy person. I forget if it was 23andMe or I forget it was one of those Ancestry.com fucking things. My dad wanted it done. He wanted to trace his fucking ancestry. But the thing is, I think I've talked about this before. My dad's British. But there's this little place in called Bullockstone, right outside of Kent, which I thought was like where our ancestors were from. Not that the term Bullock means anything. Don't worry about it. There's like 5 people watching. But regardless, when I was in the UK, I went to Bullockstone, and then my dad later was like, "Now you're from Wales?" That's not how he talks. That's not his fucking accent at all. Don't worry about it. I can't really do it. He has a fucking weird voice because he's been in America for too goddamn long. But regardless, we're all just fucking British. Like, even my mom, who's American, it's just fucking British. Just I am the actual whitest person in the world. And this is a little bit of fun history going down the family corner. On my mom's side of the family, her parents were in the John Birch Society. It's true. No, this is, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. This is 100. I know it is. It's weird, right? We'll kind of come in and out a little bit. And also I do terrible British accents too. But this is 100% true. I'm not making this up. My grandma and grandpa, they're the American side. My grandma and grandpa were at Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Selma, counter-protesting. That's true. They were there with motorcycles, turning the motorcycles on to make noise so people couldn't hear what he had to say. Not great. Anyhow, for fucking real, okay? Isn't that crazy? That's so true. They were in the John Birch Society, and apparently, and like my grandpa died before I was born. My grandma died when I was like 4, so I didn't really know these people. I will not be giving any of you a goddamn thing, okay? And this is also true. I don't know if I told you guys this, because only 4 people. Let's just get real about it. Tina Turner, the popular singer. She is from the part of Kentucky where my ancestors owned slaves. And her real name is the same as my last name, my actual last name, which means at some point, my ancestors probably owned Tina Turner's ancestors in anti-abortion protests as a kid. Yeah, well, that's why the movement failed. As a kid, they held you up and they go, this is what happens if you don't get an abortion. And everyone goes, holy shit. Yeah, it is wild. The racism is a real thing. I apparently have family connections. I'm not sure exactly how this works, but I've been told by my mom, half of what, so I'm getting a lot of these stories from her. So half of them might be bullshit. But I know the ancestry thing actually traces back on my dad's side because he had ancestors who came to America. It's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking complicated thing. But anyway, my ancestors were somehow connected to the founding of the Ku Klux Klan in Indiana, which I got to imagine is the worst Klan. They're all pretty bad. None of them are great, but I think Indiana's got to be the worst one. But anyway, I was getting distracted. I was talking about, there's a video of this guy who stabbed a woman to death on a bus. Bad. Don't do it. I don't like that happened, you know? Wait, racism is real? MAGA says it's fake. Well, the thing is, what MAGA actually says is racism is very real. I would not say the anti-abortion movement failed. Actually, Scooter, fucking great point. Oh my God, fucking great points. Indiana boasted highest proportion. I did not know that. That's interesting. Well, yeah, listen, I don't think you'd want your ancestors to found any clan, but if they got to found a clan, you're going to hope it's like the biggest one, right? Or maybe that's worse. Maybe that's not the way to think about it, actually. No, MAGA would say that MAGA would say abortion's fake. No one's actually ever done that. Indiana is the worst fucking state because it is everything bad about like Mississippi, but without the food or blues music. It's fucking off. Oh, easily the worst fucking state. I was born in Indiana and I got the fuck out, but I got the fuck out. Oh, you're right. Racism. Exactly. Racism against white people is the only racism that's real. Post X4 does say, or no, it was Scooter who said, I don't think the anti-abortion movement failed. Legitimately, 100% sincerely, you should be inspired by the anti-abortion movement. Like, it's terrible. It's bad what they did, but they pushed something that's unpopular up to the Supreme Court. They got Roe v. Wade overturned. Every time a fucking Democrat is like, we couldn't have Medicare for all. Can you even imagine if we had such a thing? They got Roe v. Wade overturned. You know how they did it? They fucking worked. They infiltrated the process. They participated in fucking electoralism. Okay? Crazy anti-abortion motherfuckers. They showed up to vote every single time. Is that an Indiana thong? Is what? Wasn't actually my great-grandfather, was actually the brother of my great-grandpa's boss. Damn. That you should make a documentary about that, get it on HBO. So, as this anecdote I've been trying to tell for like 20 fucking minutes now, this black guy stabs a woman to death, and obviously, I don't know, it's sad, like it shouldn't happen, but people fucking die all the time. Like, I mean, I don't want to be callous, but it's true. Like, it's bad that this woman was stabbed to death. I quite wish that she wasn't. If it was up to me, no one would stab each other to death. That would be great. But, she was, and she did. And so, you know, all these right-wing accounts, it was like Kevin Sorbo, the guy from Hercules, who is just a Nazi now, because that's what happens if your fucking career, you know, if you can't make the jump to movies, as he tried with, I think it was called Cole the Conqueror, was a movie he made in like 1997, and they forgot to make it direct to video. They tried to do it and it didn't work. It was not released into theaters. It escaped into theaters. But Kevin Sorbo, tweeted just a picture of the woman about to get stabbed to death and said, yeah, I don't care about the group chat. Do you remember the Republican group chat where a bunch of, they call them young Republicans, but they're like, some of them are like less than 5 years younger than me. All right. And my back hurts a lot. I guess they're young for Republicans, except all Republicans are either over 70 or like 13. But these guys, oh my God, that's young now in the government. Unfortunately, fucking correct. So a bunch of young Republicans who were in a group chat where they were just like, you know, talking to each other and just saying like, sure would love to be Hitler. Sure would be great to, you know, gas the... Well, the best part is when one of them goes, something like, I had sex with a woman last night, and then someone else goes, having sex is gay. And then he goes, no, it was rape. And someone else goes, hell yeah, rape is epic. So it's just like the worst people in the world being terrible to like show off that they're terrible. Vice signaling. They fucking get off on it. And so... Yeah, it was really crazy how bad these, but like, I don't know, everyone kind of lost their mind, and I was like, yeah, they're Republicans. The Republican Party is Nazis. Like, I don't know what exactly you thought. Yeah, 100%. Vice, I did not come up with the term vice signaling. I think maybe Vaush said that or something when I was watching one of his streams. I don't know. I didn't come up with it, unfortunately. I wish I could take credit for it, but I can't. But vice signaling is 100%. They truly talk like they're 15. They truly, oh my God, it is fucking embarrassing. But I mean, I don't know. They're like cringe lord. Hey, we've received 100 messages today. Hell fucking yeah. We're having fun. Oh my God, I will vote. You guys do need to like and subscribe. That's 100% correct. So, yeah, I mean, all these messages came out. I'm like, yeah, they're young Republicans. They're fucking Nazis. Like, what do you expect? Like, duh, that's what they do and how they are. Because he was vice signaling horse lolly porn. My favorite part about Vosh's explanation of when he was caught with, it seemed to be drawings of people younger than I would masturbate to, certainly. Bad stuff. Better than Destiny, though, or, you know, for that matter, any Republican. But he was trying to explain it, and he goes, you know, listen, I wasn't thinking like young. I was thinking goblin, you know, like how goblins look in goblin porn, you know. And I was like, I do not know. I absolutely do not know. Could you please tell me? Anyway, these people are young Republicans. They're all Nazis. It's how it is. Am I still live? It didn't drop, did it? Now looking at, make sure it's still going. It's still going! Density, bro, is literally mass over volume. I forget who we're even talking about. But if I could mod the entire internet, I would delete anything having to do with Destiny, Hassan, or Vaush. That would be actually the smartest thing. These are all terrible people. We are live, baby. You know we're live. We love it! Anyway, as I was saying... Oh, he is Density. Now he's pretty svelte, you know. What was his deal? He was caught with child pornography or something. I don't know. I don't follow it. I truly do not really give a shit about who these people are as human beings. Like, there was all this drama about, like, did Hassan shot collar his dog? And people, it was a whole crazy thing. Oh, in the British sense. Yeah, well, I wouldn't know anything about that. Except for a cup of tea, governor. Yip, yip, yip. What you said that, baba. Also, of course, best views on streamboo.com. We simply must acknowledge streamboo.com. Remove the space at ULN0WJOQ. Forget what I was talking about. I've been drinking and I took half an edible. Oh yeah, Hassan's dog collar thing. It became a whole big news story that supposedly Hassan had a shot collar on his dog. And I was like, it's a dog. I mean, at first I was like, I don't know. People do bad things. I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. I don't watch what this guy has to say. I watch a lot of it, and I'm like, I think he's stupid. The little bits I've seen, I don't really give a shit. He's in very good shape. I'd love to know his fitness routine. I don't particularly care what he has to say about politics. I don't really give a shit, to be entirely honest with you. But it became Hassan dog collar gate. I was like, I don't know, like, it's a dog. You shock a dog. It's fine. It'll be fine if you shock. Maybe I'm a piece of shit. I don't know what to tell you. I got no I'm not like a dog lover. I don't have a dog. I have no disrespect to dogs. I've fostered dogs. I've walked dogs. Many dogs are cute. Some of the dumbest creatures on earth. But I wish them well. It's like a little shock. I don't know. If someone was like, you don't got to work and literally you just like chill out in a bed and get nice food all the fucking time, But if you move out of shot, if out of the camera, this guy's going to give you a little shock. I'd probably take that deal. That's probably fine, you know. But anyway, we were talking about Kevin Sorbo and we got completely fucking sidetracked. But Kevin Sorbo, tweeted the picture of the woman about to get stabbed and was like, yeah, I don't care about a group chat. Which is to say, like, these things aren't connected, but the genuine belief of the average Republican, the median Republican genuinely and sincerely believes that a race war is starting and the Democratic Party is on the side of the, N-words and every other slur you could think of. The average Republican, just the average guy in the suburbs of Michigan, he grills, he sincerely believes Kamala Harris, was gonna do white genocide. It's crazy. Shit that was Nazi fringe stuff in the, 1990s is now your neighbor Walt, probably. If he voted Republican, he sincerely believes that, he sincerely believes that they're going to come and turn all of their kids trans and black somehow. You live in suburban Michigan? Okay, I'm going to give you something real here. The person that I was specifically thinking of in my head, who may or may not be related to people I know, not related to me. All my relatives, they'd never be racist. Don't ask what they were doing at Selma. Don't worry about it. But the person I was specifically thinking of lives in Macomb, Michigan. Okay? So I don't know exactly where you live, but the person that I had in my head. Yeah, they're crazy. They're crazy and they're nuts. What do you guys say? Yeah. And here's the thing. Joe Biden didn't say that. Joe Biden should have said that. I think he does live in my head rent free, and it's not good. The obsession I have with Trump supporters, because I live in a city. I grew up in a college town. My parents were professors, and I just grew up in a very progressive environment. So I just didn't really interact with Republicans very much, to be entirely honest with you. And when I do, I'm just the fuck is going? My dad did colonize that university. You're damn right. He swept right in. It was in our ancestral blood. That's what's so crazy about the English, man. My era is cool, but Republicans start as soon as you hit downriver. Macomb probably does suck. My experience in Macomb is entirely a Kroger and then just fucking little pre-built subdivisions of McMansions and stuff. Some of the most depressing shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life. But speaking of the English, something I think about a lot is how crazy it was that my ancestors took over most of the world and we were allergic to the sun. God damn, how did we pull that off? I don't know. Do we have to speak about the English? Literally every episode I speak about the English, and I shouldn't. Enough about the English. We do need to speak about New York City, all right? Which in many ways is the London of America. Am I the first person to ever say that or think that? New York City is currently having a mayoral race. And this is an interesting fact. I do not live in New York City. I don't really give a shit who's the mayor of New York City, to be entirely honest with you. London is the New York of England. Get it right. That is correct, because New York was first. It's actually interesting. New York was first, and then someone English goes, blimey, we should make a York. Otherwise, the name of the place over there wouldn't make any sense, nay. You get that there. New York City. You guys ever been there? What do you guys think about 9/11, good or bad? By the way, that's right, thank you. You're very, very welcome. Do you guys think 9/11 was bad? What do we think? Your accent's about 2 drinks behind. Oh, but I'm getting there, go. I'm fucking getting there, bro. Funny thing is, the people I talk to when I go to London, the family members I got, they are not I'm doing a low class kind of shitty British accent. And the people I talk to in London, they kind of have a little more of a posh kind of thing. And this isn't very good accent work. I'm not good at accents. I'm really not. kind of becomes Liverpool. It was New Amsterdam before they ran the Dutch out of there. Osama bin Laden was right. Listen, here's my actual opinion on the New York City mayoral race. I don't care who's actually running things. Put Eric Adams in front of the cameras all the time. Just have him smoking a fucking hookah, just vibing. Eric Adams is who I want to be mayor of New York, because none of the things he actually does, and I've been told they're all bad. I don't know. I don't follow it. But I've been told that he is bad at being mayor, but he's great at being mayor if you don't live in the city. I don't live in New York. I don't know. Fuck him. Okay? He taught me I could hide a crack pipe in a simple baby. Didn't he fucking say that? One of my favorite quotes is like he'll always just say some other city is like the New York of the, but he's like, Islamabad is the New York of Turkey. God, I can't. Oh my God. Okay, guys, we were going to talk about the stupid mayoral election. Who gives a fuck? We are 100% just going to watch Eric Adams clips now because I love him. Ooh, I can hear my own voice now. God damn. What happened to his robot cops? That's a great question. We're going to the browser here. So let's go. These are my suggestions, by the way. A Vouch video. I'm going to lie and claim that I don't know any of that. Love Shack. I do just watch a lot of this kind of shit on YouTube. I'll just put this on the back when I'm like working or anything like that. I mean, why is this not making noise right now? Maybe it takes a second. I was just going to vibe. Turkey is the Pakistan. That's correct. No, I mean, you don't need to worry about radicalizing me. I'm radicalizing myself. You know? Straight up do not worry about it. The world is radicalizing me rapidly. This is the kind of shit I'll just put on in the background. God, this is what YouTube is for. Just wonderful sound. Can you fucking imagine a Love Shack? Good for you, Scooter. I want this to be the live stream from my house. God, this is all I want in the world. It's just a rainstorm and I'm by a fire. Listen, is Kat Denning sucking my dick? Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself, okay? I'm sure the person's a Nazi. I don't know if that's true, because there's not a psychosexual impulse to it. For the Nazis, it would have to be, yeah, it's all AI slop. You're right. God damn it. I bet the sounds are real. I don't care. Shut up. If this is Nazism, I'm a Nazi now. No one clip that. No one clip that. The sounds are so good. I mean, it's all AI slop. Who cares? Nothing fucking matters, okay? If we could just take care of those others. Yeah, for some reason, it's just called, a country of 100 million. All right, let's go. Eric Adams. Funny moments. All right, we're just watching Eric Adams moments because we love him. And he should. Eric Adams minus the context. Here's a good one. This is an 8-minute and 20-second video, which is good. Osama bin Laden was right. He fucking owns. God, he dropped out. Fuck that. If I lived in New York, I think I would vote. Oh, you teach? Post-Exford? You shouldn't do that. We're all space dust. I look for real ones, but I'm also space dust. Fair. Yes, Eric, if I lived in New York City, I think I would vote for Mamdani. I think so. I like Mamdani. Oh, yeah, true. Tim Pool rocks. He was just like, this is what I imagine, waking up in the morning and getting, and that's why we need to arrest every immigrant. You're like, oh, okay, Tim, why don't we just be... Tim is great because all of his positions are ultimately just standard Republican bullshit that he just takes a weird long time to get to. He just he is very good at the great point. First off, Thomas Kincaid, the fucking painter of light, that guy was AI before AI. He was, for all intents and purposes, AI. I don't know what the hell I was going to say. It's not important. If I lived in New York City, I would vote for Mamdani. I'm pretty sure. But if I wasn't allowed to, you know, for like spiritual reasons, because like he's hotter than me and he's probably going to fuck my girlfriend when I'm not watching, if I, you know, that would stop me from doing so. And I think it should stop everyone from doing so, maybe, you know, to save the white race. I would vote for Eric Adams just because he's at least funny. Cuomo, not funny. He was funny briefly. He said one of the funniest things of all time when he said he was, I believe, accused of grabbing some ass. He was Me Too'd, and it was like 15 women that accused him of this. And here's the thing. I've never been accused of something 15 times that I didn't do at least once. Okay? Anyway, and his response to that, his response to getting accused was to go... I'm not perverted. I'm just Italian, which is hilarious. I'm not perverted. I'm Italian. Andrew Cuomo, he has a bit of a Donald Trump thing where like at one point he was funny because he had a weird, stupid New York way of talking. But now he's so low energy. Andrew Cuomo, every time I see him in anything, I'm just like, why are you making this guy run? He's not going to win. Let him go to bed. I would vote Eric Adams. He's hilarious.
When the mayor has swagger, the city has swagger.
Well, Mayor Eric Adams today used the word swagger about a dozen times.
Okay, that got me. All right, at first when he had just said it once, I was like, why is this a news story? The fact that he says it 11 more times means like, hell yeah, I'm on board.
This is a city of swagger, and the leadership should have that swagger. That's what has been missing in the city. All we did was wallow in coke.
So you feel that? Huh?
Oh, this guy. Listen, okay, this guy was on SNL. His name is Chris Redd. He played Eric Adams. He left. We worked together because he started doing comedy in Chicago. I didn't know him like that well. I'd say hi to him. We knew each other, but we weren't like boys or anything like that, but no disrespect. But we worked together at a place called People Scout, I think it was called. I don't know if that's still open. Google People Scout Chicago. See if it is. This was fucking not 20 years ago, but not goddamn far off. Yeah, we worked together at this stupid, terrible call center job. When he said hi, would you burst out laughing? Oh, Chris Redd, I would not burst out laughing. Can I talk to you? Here's the thing. I only knew him in the stand-up environment. Every day is something different. Every day you could have a terrorist attack. You could. I didn't think Chris Redd was why am I just talking shit? I feel bad about it. But I mean, I don't know. I saw him do stand-up and I was like, that's not anything particularly interesting. But I think he was more in the sketch kind of improv world. He was like a Second City guy, and I didn't know him that well at all. I mean, we were best friends. We made love.
You know, the city's never had a mayor with so much swagger before. I mean, y'all see me outside. Ooh, the peacoats, the scarves, the shine on the baldy, though. You can tell I have swagger. Keeps me healthy. See, the city's been suffering for what I like to call a swagless existence.
A little spinach and berries, which is...
What the fuck is this guy wearing, by the way? Love is a strong word, buddy. That's true. We made whoopee. That's the term. Why is this man wearing a two-face ass fucking shirt with two different parts? Choose a part. Eric Adams, wear one shirt at a time.
The hospital will tell you it's full of antioxidant. Yes. Peanut butter, no sugar added. All right, you know what? I love you already.
It's also funny that he was president for the COVID time when everyone wore a mask. That's so fucking crazy. It occurred to me it just occurred to me today. I forget why exactly, but I was like, yeah, we're 5 years past COVID. Like, COVID is like old. I mean, like 5 years for like a thing that happened. That was crazy. Everyone just wore masks all the time everywhere. It was fucking wild. What do you guys think about COVID? Good? Were you guys pro-COVID? You know, it had pluses and minuses like everything. I believe there's photos of him wearing a mask. I think he wore a mask fucking everywhere. I think Joe Rogan wore a mask everywhere too. And then later would be like, oh, COVID is for like if you're gay and Jewish.
Sounds like a plan.
Why is the mayor making a smoothie?
You can use water, you can use almond milk, whatever's your fancy.
Why is he doing this?
Yes.
Was there nothing better the mayor of... Hell yeah, dude. Just eating off the spoon. He rocks. There was nothing better the mayor of New York City could do. Okay. He could jump rope. That's something better he could have done.
No more doing drugs. No more sleeping. No more doing barbecues on the subway system. No more just doing whatever you want. No, those days are over. Swipe your Metro card, ride the system, get off at your destination. To end inequality, let's stop being divisive and united to come together and deal with this fight. We are on the same page. There is a reason they call me the Biden of Brooklyn.
That must have been in like, you know, the 3.5 weeks where everyone was like, yeah, Biden's cool. We're with him now. Remember that? After he won the election, there was like a couple months when some brave hero on the internet first coined the term Dark Brandon, and everyone goes, oh, fuck this dude. He's dark as shit. He is fucking Dark Brandon. And we're all having fun, and that all fell apart. God damn, that fell apart. That sucks. Joe Biden did things I liked. Did plenty of things I disagree with. There are things Joe Biden did that I enjoyed. But now his legacy will just be that he fucking killed everybody. So, cool. He does remind me of Herschel Walker, and it's not because they're both... That is true. The difference... Eric Adams is Herschel Walker without, like, CTE. Remember Herschel Walker? He owned. You guys do need to like and subscribe. I agree with Restream on that.
Food has life.
Mm-hmm.
Do me a favor. Hand me that cucumber for a moment so you can see. This is life. And when you give food like this out, Mercy Center, you are saying to the people of this community, we love you and we respect you. You deserve what they have downtown. They're not giving canned meat on the Upper East Side. They have some of the best food.
That's true.
So why can't you have some of the best food? And you have a mayor that's saying he's not going to listen to the noise of those
100%.
who are saying you don't deserve it. He's going to say you
He'll get those
deserve
flight
it,
benefits
and
till
we're
he
gonna
dies.
deliver it. That's what you deserve, and that's what I'm going to do for you as the mayor of this city. New York.
He's not wrong. That's good to have food. Why is Eric... I don't know enough. I'm not doubting that he's bad. I think he, like, was arrested on some dumb corruption thing or something like that, and Donald Trump pardoned him because he probably said Donald Trump had swagger or whatever. Yeah, Eric Adams, it's not even like money, quote unquote. That's the point of him being in power. When you're in power, it's one of the reasons why ultimately power is always corrupting. You know what I'm saying? He does love talking about himself talking, and if I had a beautiful voice like that, I would love talking about myself talking as well. But one of the reasons why power is so goddamn corrupting, like Eric Adams, you know, is staying at incredibly nice hotels and incredibly nice flights and all that kind of shit. He has so much privilege. Can you imagine if you were Eric Adams and you were fucking flying first class to stay in a 4-star hotel in the fucking Bahamas? You're telling me that if someone came to you and goes, okay, you can keep doing this, or you could, you know, whatever, denounce Israel or any fucking one of 10 billion other positions terrible people don't want Eric Adams to, you know, do. You're telling me you would take the moral high road on that? Fucking honestly. You can post, you can say, oh no, I definitely would turn it down. You fucking blow to shit. You can go to jail. That's a great point. You go, okay, you listen, next summer, you got a choice of vacation. 4 Seasons, Honolulu. I'm very jealous of you being so poor. It definitely helps. Yeah, you got a choice for vacation next year. You can go to the 4 Seasons, Honolulu, do some fucking White Lotus shit. Or you can get butt fucked. And the guy goes, tell me more about this butt fucking. It's in prison. Oh, then definitely the other one. Because he's gay.
It's time to get back to work.
No, you fucking wouldn't. Shut up.
You can't tell me you're afraid of COVID on Monday and I see you in a nightclub on Sunday. That accountant that's not in his office space.
By the way, can I be a little racist here? This that's such a tell of an old black man to call someplace a nightclub, which rules. Lamp boobs, you can't compromise over and over and again. You got to have a line. We're where we're at because people compromise over and over and over again. You're 100% correct. You are 100% correct. And listen, you're probably a better person than me. You know, I celebrate people who are willing. It's one of the reasons why, like, it's sort of a weird connection, but I'll make it. J.K. Rowling. I do not agree with her points whatsoever. I don't. Her basic point seems to be, and maybe she would disagree, but this is what I can get from her angrily fucking yelling on Twitter while in her castle. Her basic point is that trans women are secretly men who are going to abuse women. I do not believe that's true at all. I completely do not believe that. But her weird obsession over this is something J.K. Rowling is holding on to despite obvious damage to her life. She is less happy. She's still plenty wealthy, don't get me wrong, but she's less wealthy. She's less respected. Holding on to the position is bad for her, but she fucking believes it. And I have some respect for that, because you're right. Bad ideas, the world can survive bad ideas. The world can survive fucking fascism. It doesn't matter. It's the principle I'm talking about here, okay? It's the principle. So you can say don't respect J.K. Rowling because she doesn't really need to sacrifice anything. You're probably right. But the principle still is thus, which is that it is a unique thing for someone to truly advocate for a position, even though it is detrimental to them personally to advocate for it, okay? She's advocating for a terrible... I think she truly does, but I don't know. Maybe I'm full of shit. I don't really give a shit about J.K. Rowling as a human being. It's about the principle of the thing, which is integrity. Yes, you're right. A lot of rich people have very bad ideas for a very long time. Tons of people have fucking terrible ideas all the time. As a society, we can survive terrible ideas. We can survive fascism. We've survived it before. It happens. I don't want fascism, but we can fucking survive it. What we cannot survive is everyone being full of shit all the fucking time. Many of you will die. I don't want fascism. If you want me, I'm voting against fascism. Fascism is very, very bad. But society at large can survive it. The larger problem we have is no one having any fucking integrity. No one making hard choices. None of us going, I will advocate for things that do not help me. Even if we just look at something like, say, the Democratic Party. There are people who want to reform the Democratic Party. I agree. Fuck them. Tear it from the inside out. But again, look at Chuck Schumer. Look at Hakeem Jeffries. They will benefit more from bad things happening. When your life is fucking worse, their life is better. And at the end of the day, you cannot expect people to advocate for things that do not make their life better. Some people will. Some people will be fucking Bernie Sanders. They're generational. You know? That shit will fucking happen. But for the most part, people will advocate what is best for them individually, personally. So you got to present ideas in that way. Back to Eric Adams.
It's not going to the cleaners. Listen, we're walking down the street here in Harlem.
Hey, man, whatever you can do, I'm on your side.
A boulevard, and I'm here with your chancellor. And what's up, brothers? How y'all doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, we're on our way to the 30-second. Trying to figure out, do you guys ever
that wasn't that funny
stories before I do something and just live out what you have already written? I'm going to stop doing off topics. Because if you already have your perception.
Okay, he's kind of lost the juice. Let's watch the debate now. Because here's the thing. Who is going to be the mayor of New York City? It seems likely to be Zoran Mamdani, not Andrew Cuomo. Definitely not Curtis Sliwa, the three people you're going to see. It could be Cuomo. Who the fuck knows? Maybe it's Sliwa. Who the fuck knows about anything? I'm not saying anything for sure, but based on all the information we have, it seems likely it's going to be Zohran Mamdani. How impactful will that be for New York City? Maybe quite a bit. The man's making a lot of big promises. It will be Taylor Swift. Ultimately, it occurred to me today, I forget why, but I was like jogging, running around, and I was like, damn, people really regard Taylor Swift as like one of the most important artists of like all fucking time. And she just like talks about herself, mostly about who she's fucking or not fucking in that moment. I mean, listen, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. I like plenty of vapid bullshit as well, but it's like, oh yeah, I was listening to a podcast that was breaking down the movie Parasite and taught, you know, really like not just the thematic elements, which are fucking legion. There's some great thematic elements, but like just the filmmaking involved, talking about like how, if you guys have seen the movie Parasite, it's a Korean film. It's a great movie. One of the best movies of the past, whatever, 25 years. But this is just one example. It really makes you think about art and how fucking cool it is. There's a poor family and a rich family in the film. The director films the family often in group shots. He's often including them multiple in the same shots. The rich family, he films in individual shots. So it'll be the dad, then it'll cut to the daughter, and et cetera, et cetera. That's kind of what a director does, you know? But the point is, I was thinking about that, like art and like how, you know, there's Parasite, the rich family, the poor family. Who's the parasite? That's a great question. It's not that the rich family's bad necessarily. They're sort of forced into a terrible position by systems. There's so much going on in the film. Yeah, truly. First off, Taylor Swift needs to be a fucking Marxist. I think everyone gives her credit because she's not a Nazi. Except she probably is. I mean, I don't know. She's about money more than anything else. If someone's, then again, this is what it comes down to. If someone told Taylor Swift that you would have to painfully and brutally execute every brown person, but she gets to use her private jet exactly as much as she has been using up to this point, she'd sign off on that. Guess what? If you had a private jet, fucking you probably would too. Okay? So that's where we're at on all of this shit. But will Zohran Mamdani be the next mayor of New York City? Seems likely. Will he be able to do everything that he is running on? Probably not. If he's lucky, maybe he can do some of it. And that would be great. That would be a move forward. I like the guy. I'd probably vote for him. I wish him the absolute best. But the point is, who's the mayor of New York City next isn't really why his campaign has been capturing people's imagination. It's because of what it represents, specifically for the soul of the Democratic Party. You could say for politics more broadly, but let's try to, you know, work on focus and make better the one party we can potentially make better. The Republican Party will always be pro death and pain and fucking strangulation. The Republican Party is just pro you having a worse time. Of you waking up and being like, shit fucking sucks. Okay? That's what the goddamn the Republican Party is for. Democratic Party too, probably. But we can maybe change them a little bit. And Zohran Mamdani, fuck policies. Who gives a policies are for fucking nerds. Here's what matter. He's young, he's hot, and he's fucking bold, and he seems pretty sincere. You know? And he defeated in the primary Andrew Cuomo, who you're looking at on your screen right now, who is again not perverted, just Italian. He's part of a political legacy. He is to many people, and I certainly understand this position. I don't disagree with it. He represents everything wrong with the Democratic Party. He's old, he's establishment, he's in bed with fascism, you know, he's a collaborator, if not an outright participant in the whole fucking thing. Get him the fuck out of there. And the fact that Mamdani won the primary gives progressive people a lot of fucking hope. It does. You know what? I hope it comes true. So let's watch a little bit of this debate and talk about, this is the 5 most explosive moments. Okay? 3 people again you're going to see. Zohran Mamdani. He's young, he's hot. His mom directed Salam Bombay. Look it up, it's true. What else did his mom direct? I don't know, some other bullshit. Democrats are just polite Republicans. I would say there are fundamental differences between the two parties that make the Democrats way better. Not to say that Democrats there's not plenty of completely valid criticisms, because there fucking are. Okay? They're kind of bad. In a way, this is kind of my bigger point right now, okay? This debate represents what I would like to see in American politics, all right? They do support capitalism. A lot of people support capitalism. You're 100% correct. if you want to fucking, you're 100%. Yeah, no one's going to fucking be it. When it takes $1 billion to be the nominee, not even for a city, but for a president, it takes $1 billion to be president. Yeah, someone anti-capitalist isn't going to be. Do you understand how powerful capitalism is? I'm not saying it's the end stage of evolution. I'm not saying we couldn't have better things. I'm not saying that resisting capitalism is a bad thing, but you need to understand what you're up against. An incredibly powerful system. Okay? I certainly hope there are better things. I would love for there to be 500 years later where everyone's just like, damn, you guys did capitalism? They look at it like we look at feudalism now. When I talk to my grandchildren and I'm like, how do I have grandchildren? I don't have children. And they're like, remember when you raw dog that bitch in Indiana? I go, I thought I pulled out and busted on her tummy. And they go, well, she scooped it up. And the next day you saw Jupiter Ascending at a theater when you were doing stand-up comedy in Murrayville, Indiana. What a weird story for me to have just made up completely. That didn't happen. This is what I would like to see in not specific, just vague. Didn't really happen. Don't worry about it. So Andrew Cuomo is a Democrat. Okay? Democrat? We don't care for him. They're not good. Andrew Cuomo's positions are not good. Is he better than a Republican? Absolutely. But in this debate, he is the farthest to the right in a weird kind of way. Maybe Curtis Sliwa. I don't know. But the point is, wouldn't we be also good if the party we were voting against, Scoop 2028, well, thank God, if that bitch got pregnant, this might have been this fictional hypothetical bitch. This very nice woman who was willing to have sex with a fictional, we're not talking about that. Imagine if the party you were voting against was the Democrats. Imagine if they were as bad as it got. Imagine how much fucking better that would be. God damn. Listen, I don't like the Democrats. I don't fucking like the Democrats. But now we're in a position where they're the best we could get. Think of how fucking shitty that is. God damn. Okay? We have Zoran Mamdani. Relatively progressive guy. Not crazy. Everyone's like, he's a communist. He wants to kill all white people. Fucking... What trap am I falling into? The trap of thinking that you could ever vote for the Democrats? Yeah. Well, my point is that's been proven wrong. Ultimately, I'd love to be a liberal. I would love to have liberal politics and just kind of be like, yeah, let people do as they want. Let systems develop organically. Wouldn't that be great? I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, better ahead of, well, electoral reform would be great. Democrats are better. I'm not just putting them there. Democrats are better than Republicans. If someone says otherwise, I would disagree with them. Now, if someone's like, they're not good enough to inspire me to vote for them, I'd probably disagree, but I don't know what you're going to do. They're pretty bad. They're pretty fucking bad. The Democratic Party is resistant to Zoran Mamdani. That's another reason why it's such a representative thing for people politically. Because the Democratic Party is putting up a fight. They do not want to be reformed. Guess what? The Republican Party did the same thing. When the Tea Party swooped in, when the Nazis came in and reformed the Republican Party. Now, granted, Republicans have, they were taken over easier than Democrats have been, partially because they had a candidate in Donald Trump who was already famous from TV and very charismatic amongst people. Yeah, pretty much. No, I mean, listen, I'm not, whatever. I tell people I change based on the day. Again, I get it. I'm not going to yell at anyone for who they fucking vote for. I've done it before, but it's stupid. Like, people are going to vote for who they're going to vote for. And you could sit there and yell like, well, Democrats need better voters. Yeah, they probably do. But ultimately, you're not going to get them. You know? I'm sorry, Democratic Party. This whole notion of like, we're better than the Republicans. I agree, but it's not fucking winning you shit. Okay? Quote unquote establishment mainstream candidates, they're just not winning. That is literally true. They get dementia and they just forgot. Who would never, you're 100% correct. Listen, you're absolutely correct. I have a lot of criticisms over the Kamala Harris campaign. There are some things I think they did well, but the biggest problem was a belief in the existence of moderate Republicans. They don't fucking exist. They brought out Liz Cheney. Guess what? Donald Trump has gotten more votes and a higher percentage of registered Republicans every time he has ran. Republicans will vote for Nazis. They like Nazis. Telling them that they're Nazis, it doesn't matter. They fucking like Nazis. Okay? So, people can bitch and moan, and I get it. and just be like, well, moderates or leftists should vote for Democrats. I think they should vote for it, but guess what? They're fucking not going to. People need populist messaging. I listen to a lot of it, and I think it's fucking brain rot, okay? But people need populist messaging. People are struggling out there, dude. I'm sorry. This whole, we'll make things incrementally better. It's not fucking selling. There are more right-wing Democrats than well, there just aren't centrist Republicans because they've left the party, which is a small percentage at this point. Most of them just, here's the thing. It's not like if you were a Republican in 2004, you were like a good person with morals and integrity, There's a handful that were shitty people and were like, okay, Nazis are too far from me. Most of them are fine with Nazis. All right? I'm sorry. It is what it fucking is. We need more education. We need an actual democracy. We're just screwed if we keep playing around with this two-party system, going back and forth, toying with fascism. Doesn't matter. We're already toast. I agree. Because this is, again, the point I'm making. In 2028, if Gavin Newsom runs, I certainly would prefer him to be president over any Republican. Okay? I would prefer him over any Republican. That being said, if he is president, he will not do anything that will stop there from being another fucking Republican in 2028 or 2032 or whatever it is. You're right. People need to give up their treats, but this is the problem. Jimmy Carter, I know, it's way less of a big deal. I mean, it depends on what those treats are, but we've seen Jimmy Carter really, I think, my coworkers still say both sides are extreme kind of stuff. I heard that fucking too. I've heard that from people that would say both sides are so extreme. And that is the thing. They're absolutely not. This centrist bullshit is nonsense. If you're actually a centrist, you know what side you'd be on? You'd join the Democratic Party. They're the platonic ideal of centrists. Okay? They're in the fucking middle. But again, the average Republican, the median moderate Republican, not a crazy extremist, sincerely believes that the Democratic Party, well, they're right wing. They're center right party, probably. I don't know. People always get into this kind of stupid bullshit. On an American scale, they're certainly in the center. Maybe. I don't know. Whatever you want to call them exactly. But definitely the left has gone too far. First off, when you talk to someone who says the left has gone too far, it's just pronouns. It is trans people. That is 100% it. You talk to a normal person, they fucking sincerely believe that they are radical. You talk to an average person, if you really ask them, how do the Democrats go too far? Eventually they'll go, fucking men are men and women are women. And this is the problem. You could sit there and try to explain to them the concept of gender being, first off, biological sex not being binary. There are people of biological sex who don't fit neatly within, this chromosome for this chromosome. There are all sorts of chromosomal abnormalities. You could talk to them about that if you would like. You could waste a lot of time trying to explain to them how everyone is presenting gender, and there's nothing inherently biological about the way in which you dress, or whatever it is. That trans hate issue fucking got people. I think because for a lot of people, it's a thing where you go, well, men are men, right? And they go, well, yeah, it's the same word. It's a very hard concept to explain to people that it is a social identity. Okay? The notion of what gender you are is there's nothing biological in the fact that I don't wear a dress. I could wear a dress and my chromosomes would be the same. So you could start referring to groups of people chromosomally if you would like, if you think that it's inherently biological, and say XXXY. You'd still be wrong because it's still not a binary. But what you're really mad about is traditional societal gender roles, which change all the time. Absolutely, people internalize gender. I mean, the whole thing, right? You're triple X? Hell yeah, dude. We need a propaganda machine like theirs, but it's just fundamentally hard. And this is what it ultimately comes down to. They're so fucking stupid. You truly don't know how stupid they fucking are. Just the most slimy, sleazy, obvious con artist can just tell them something and they go, that good, I like that. It's just fucking hard. Now, it is willful. They are hateful. They are hateful. Yes, they're cognitively malformed. They're uneducated. It's all that kind of shit. Inflatable costumes. They are all inflatable fucking costumes. They're terrible, man. I don't know. But what being non-binary means, he just literally doesn't know. They just don't get it. Well, first, you have to... This is where it's hard for them to understand, which is the concept of, let's say, boy. When someone thinks of boy, maybe they think of penis first, but they're people without a dick. I mean, you know, my dick's so small, might as well just not even... I'm pretty much non-binary. I identify as a man, but a man with a much bigger dick. That's what it is. But no, you'd have to explain to people the notion of, like, when you consider boy, okay... You meet someone on the street and you say, okay, this person is a boy. This person is a male. In the binary that exists, they are one side of the binary. How do you know that? Okay, they don't care if people are comfortable associating them with one gender or another constantly rather than recognizing them as a person. I mean, that's an interesting thing. At the end of the day, thanks for making me laugh. You're welcome, Post X4. Thanks for hanging out. But at the end of the day, the actual response to, like, anyone being trans is, good luck, I guess. I don't know. What, your issue is you're neither of them? Okay, cool. I don't have a good fucking day. I don't give a shit. I don't know. How the fuck am I paying my goddamn bills? I don't fucking care. That should be the actual answer, you know? Should people be trans? I don't fucking know. Should people fucking give gender blockers to their kids? It's your kids. I don't give a shit. Give your kids big fucking tits. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. They're your stupid kids. You had them. You do whatever the fuck you want. That should be the actual response anyone should have. That is the normal human response to anything is, I don't know. Never heard of it. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. Life fucking sucks out there. Have fun with having a dick or not having a dick or fucking this or that. I don't give a shit. No one's fucking me. I'm gonna get drunk. That is the actual, that is, if someone ran on that platform, I think they would win. If the position is actually like, how do you feel about gay marriage? I don't know, man. No one's fucking me. I'm gonna go get drunk. They're medical professionals doing these things they think are so egregious, you would think they would try and improve the healthcare system. Well, that's exactly the point. The same thing is when people are like, we need to give health care to veterans, health care to seniors before we give health care to immigrants. Okay, you vote for people who cut health care for those people too. I kind of feel like you just hate the fucking immigrants. Kind of feel like maybe you actually don't fucking give a shit about anything, but you're fucking scared that someone with a bigger dick than you is going to fuck your wife and his name is going to be Marcelo. Okay? Goddamn. It's just racism. It's all bad. So listen, I'm not saying the Democrats are good. But if the Democrats were the furthest right wing a country could be, I would be very in favor of that. Certainly better than we are now. Okay? It's just racism. They don't really give a shit. Most of them are on fucking welfare. More fucking Republican red states get welfare than anything else. Make them earn your support. You're right. You're right. What it ultimately comes down to is the Democrats really promise nothing other than we will run the system as it currently is, like functionally. We will be more or less competent stewards of a system we currently have going on. I'm a very privileged person and I've benefited from the system in a lot of ways. So as such, I'm never going to be quite as passionate about changing up the system because I'm like, I don't know, like my life would be, if Kamala Harris had won the last election, my life would be pretty good. It's pretty good anyway, to be entirely honest with you. I'm doing okay. I got whiskey. I ain't drinking Evan Williams. I'm drinking the fucking Bullet Bourbon, man. I got money. I don't give a shit. But the notion to me, in terms of my own kind of material needs, competent stewards of the state work for me. It doesn't work for everybody. Doesn't work for a lot of people. Certainly unexpected. You're absolutely correct. And you know what, Lamp? That is a great fucking point. I'm sitting here very, very secured. Like, I'm like literally a couple bad weeks away from being on the fucking street. You're absolutely correct about that. Absolutely correct about that. The Berlin Wall fell. Indeed it did. And when finally... I was about to do a joke. It's not important. I'm rambling here. But the fact of the matter is, am I comfortable? Yes. Could I not be comfortable? Sure. But what it comes down to is people in America want fucking change. They've showed that. Now, it seems about half of them want that change to be just being allowed. It was just windy that day. That's what it was. It was actually David Hasselhoff started a concert on it, and that already destroyed it. The people in America have shown that they want things to change. Half of them want that change to be you're allowed to say the N-word again. That's really the number one thing they're concerned about. But there's a lot of people that are not voting Democrat. And you know what? We've tried the notion of telling them that they should. And maybe they should. Maybe they fucking shouldn't. There's disagreement over that. But they're not going to. You need to give them a message and hope, okay? You need to give people fucking hope. People are depressed right now. Give them some goddamn hope. Let's watch a little of this debate.
And I allocated more funding for housing than any governor in the
No, we stopped this. You kind of can't see it. The chat's covering it up. But there's a lady there doing the sign. No. If you're deaf, you don't get to vote. That's how that works. Dems are somehow less popular to start not being in power, which is pretty impressive. Well, it's because the interesting tactical frivolity. Well, good luck. I'm with that. Because the interesting thing, you'll see a lot of, like, famously, PBD, Patrick Bet-David, was arguing, like, you see how unpopular Democrats are? That's the sign that people are going more MAGA. And it's like, no, Democrats are unpopular because people fucking hate Trump. They hate the Republicans. The MAGA movement is not most of the country. Guess what? The MAGA movement is maybe half of Republicans. The other Republicans will all vote for them because they're fundamentally cowards. But people fucking hate the MAGA movement. They're stupid and annoying. Even half the people who vote for them fucking hate them, let alone everybody else, you know? I mean, need is sort of a complicated thing, but you're absolutely true. But the problem is that the Democrats... Well, part of it is media environment. The Republicans own the media and they're able to sell any number of different things. But also it's like, you know, there's a fascist takeover going on and everyone's kind of like, fucking do something. Do something. We hate the Republicans so goddamn much. Could you fucking do anything here? And, you know, the degree as to which they could do anything, I don't know. But it sure would be great to have them fucking try. Have them go out and talk. You know, I don't know. It is the sign of my times. Anything is better than nothing. You're absolutely correct. If Chuck Schumer actually wanted to halt the Trump administration, would he be able to do anything? I don't know. Maybe a little bit. Every little bit helps, man. I know it's a shitty position. I'm sorry you're in a shitty fucking position. Kind of your own fucking fault. But you're in a shitty position. Listen, even if you didn't do anything, I still would appreciate trying. We fucking voted for you. You make $100,000 a year. You could fucking do something to stop fascism.
Of the state of New York.
You could turn on TV any day of the week and you will hear Donald Trump share that his pick for mayor is Andrew Cuomo. And he wants Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor, not because it will be good for New Yorkers, but because it will be good for him.
Protest, demonstrate, disagree. God bless America. God bless New York City. And there is no doubt that there's two sides on what's going on, and the passions are very high.
Sure.
I understand my friend doesn't really understand government. The governor...
He said he is truly a slimy motherfucker. God damn, is he bad. Andrew Cuomo's no good. He sent a bunch of old people into fucking nursing homes and killed them. Wasn't there a thing in early pandemic where, like, he is cartoonishly, first off, just cartoonishly Australian. PBD said that Zoran got destroyed here by Cuomo. Yeah, he said that, but then they're sort of in a weird position with that. Yes, where it's like ladies were swooning over him. Yes, like Trevor Noah was like, I'm a Cuomo-sexual. They were all like, all the women love him. Turns out he was just a rapist. They were like, damn, you know who's getting a lot of pussy? Andrew Cuomo. It's like, well, I don't know, consensual. Yeah, well, because PBD, who's just a right-wing propagandist, he doesn't fucking care about anything. You know, but he sort of has a position that's kind of hard because they have to go against Cuomo because Cuomo's a Democrat. And according to them, again, all Democrats are doing race war or whatever. Yeah, God, that was fucking terrible. Oh, God, I'm with you. The Democrats suck my fucking absolute dick. I know I've rambled before about like, oh, Hassan should be nicer to Democrats. No, be mean to them all the time. They fucking suck. Who gives a shit? Do something, buddy. Come on. Fucking crazy. Literally, truly. Trevor Noah, goddamn. What a human being that doesn't exist. That guy hosted The Daily Show for like 10 fucking years. That was that long. But like 5 or 6. Who gives a shit about Trevor Noah? God damn, that guy doesn't exist. But yeah, PBD, so they're all Democrats, so he has to like attack Cuomo, even though clearly Cuomo is the Republican in this. There is a Republican. His name is Curtis Sliwa, who's a true individual, unique kook, and we love him, and he's great. But he's not the Republican in this. The Republican in this is Andrew Cuomo. We all know that. So PBD knows that. He's not actually stupid. Like, in some ways, he kind of is, but overall, he's not. It is the famous movie The Warriors. Curtis Sliwa, he probably is in The Warriors, isn't he? God damn, that makes sense. He ruled. He continues to rule. He was like... It started the Guardian Angels with other black people just to beat up people on the subways, you know, who probably were doing some Andrew Cuomoing, if you catch my drift. I broke up a fight on the subway the other day. I've done that a number of times. Won't be explaining any further. But I don't know, guys. The edible's hitting. I'm getting kind of drunk. Let's watch a couple more minutes of this. Then I'm going to stop talking to you. And instead, we'll order Chinese food and watch a Blu-ray. What Blu-ray should I watch? You guys don't know what Blu-rays I own, but just make suggestions. If one of you happens to name a Blu-ray I own, maybe I'll watch it.
There are jurisdictions. The governor doesn't pick up trash. He doesn't run the fire department. That's
Sounds
what
about
the mayor
right.
does. The mayor builds housing. The state allocates funding for localities. And I
Boring,
allocate more
don't care.
funding for housing than any governor in the history of the state of New York. All right?
I am Dougie Jones says you should watch Aliens 1986. I'm just kidding, you guys. Let me go to full screen so you can see it better. Look what I've got right here. His father wrote a book on housing. Oh, yeah, Mario Cuomo, another fucking dirty eye-tie. Look what I got right here. The Alien Anthology on Blu-ray. Is it on 4K? No. Are there 4Ks? There might be someday. Did I spend over $100 on 4K Blu-rays for John Woo's Hard Boiled and The Killer that haven't even shown up yet? Legitimately, I probably will watch fucking Aliens, dude. Aliens rocks. It also has a commentary by James Cameron, who rules, and at one point he just goes, Sigourney Weaver was afraid of guns because she's a fucking liberal, which rules. The commentary with James Cameron rocks on this. It has Alien 3, directed by David Fincher, which he has denied existed. He hates that fucking movie. Alien Resurrection, directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet, which is, it does not have, it stops at the anthology. For a while, it was sold as the Alien Quadrilogy when it was on DVD, until someone pointed out quadrilogy is not a word. But it does have, it's just Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. It does not have the Alien vs. Predator movies. It doesn't have Covenant or Prometheus. These are the classics, baby. These are the classics. I kind of like Prometheus a lot. Covenant I kind of like. Aliens vs. Predator sucked my absolute fucking cock. But Alien Resurrection, the fourth film, not the best Alien movie, but easily the most French. Okay? I do need to swallow. I just had a little... How do I feel about Alien 3? I think Alien 3 looks amazing. The vibes are immaculate. The script may be a little messy, but Alien 3, I think, is Roger Ebert in his review said it was the best looking bad movie he's ever seen. I wouldn't say it's bad, and I don't really get Fincher's embarrassment over it because it does very much feel like one of his films. But the vibes in Alien 3 are immaculate. It is a dark, depressing, dirty movie. Now, number 4, the most French. Yes. First off, it was directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet. Do you know that? You guys know the movie Amélie? That was like a big fucking hit. You know, it kind of became a meme. Is that just for old people? Amélie was directed by Jean-Pierre Jeunet after he goes to America to cash that big Hollywood check to direct Alien Resurrection. Then he goes back to France because the movie kind of bombs and makes Amélie, which is delightful. Alien Resurrection is incredibly French. It has his sense of like what comedy is as a French person, which is like close-ups with a big wide angle lens where someone goes, oh, 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 oh. It's also features a lot of French actors and stuff like that. Anyway, back to watching this.
I did things You have never had a job. You've never accomplished anything. There's no reason to believe you have any merit.
That's a good little smile right there he's making. Alien Resurrection and Amelie would be a crazy double feature. You know what? It would be a crazy double feature to watch. Even crazier double feature to have made back to back. Jean-Pierre Jeunet did it.
Qualification for 8.5 million lives. You don't know how to run a government. You don't know how to handle an emergency, and you've
never saw that one. Is that like pornography or something?
Anything that you're not talking about in your campaign.
Just saying. I haven't seen it. I won't watch it. First off, if he has the worst attendance record, that's fucking cool. Not showing up to places rocks. Is Alien that movie with Alien? No. You're thinking of El Norte. No one gets that joke. Look up what El Norte's about, and you'll get it. You've never looked at porn on a New York subway? You, my friend, have never jacked off on the Q train?
Yourselves the highest raise in the United States of America. You went from $110,000 to $140,000, and then you never...
That's not much of a raise, actually. $30K. I mean, honestly, $140K is not like a crazy amount of money, especially in New York. You've got a question. Great, cool.
Showed up for work and you missed 80%.
Why is it always you can't tax the super rich, they'll leave, and not why the fuck do we allow elite sociopaths to hold us hostage? That's a great question. I think it would be because of the super rich people. They pay for all of the news stations. Cameras cost a lot of money. Makeup people. Wolf Blitzer's beard person is pulling down more than Mom Donnie. He's doing like $150K a year. It costs a lot. So therefore, all the conversations are being started by people with a very vested interest in making sure that we don't tax the rich. First off, they probably won't. But if they do, I don't know, fuck them. We'll deal with that. We'll deal with the ones who stay. I mean, ultimately, it's not going great the way it is. They're going to stay in New York. Have you ever fucking been to Lincoln, Nebraska? Goddamn, dude, it sucks. All right. Plus, you're moving in on Warren Buffett's turf. All right. And he's not going to have a second billionaire there.
Of the votes. Shame on you. Shame on you.
I don't know. That's shame on you. Shame on you. You have never once touched a woman's ass and said, Mamma Mia. Okay. Yeah. You're absolutely correct. About the whole notion of we live in a point where people are like, oh my God, they're rich. We won't be able to feast off their fucking crumbs, man. Shame on you from the elder abuse mayor. He just clearly doesn't want to be there. He's so angry. I'm sure he was just like vibing in a really nice cabin in upstate New York. I'm sure he was having a great fucking life after he was disgraced into leaving the New York governorship. Because it was for the 6.5 months in 2021 where we still gave a shit about that before, we had, and nowadays no one would give a shit. It's all very, very different. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point where it's like, at the end of the day, the basic position of someone like Andrew Cuomo is we cannot provide reasonable life to people of New York City or the billionaires will leave. And it's like, well, you're being held hostage. Fuck them. All right? Pull the trigger or don't, asshole. There's no fucking point in letting you continue to hold us hostage because you'll still fucking do it. Move out of New York. All right? You claim that you don't fucking need any of the infrastructure of a society. Prove it. Prove it, asshole. And if you do, we're fucked, but at least we're not held hostage anymore.
Thank you to the moderators, and thank you to New Yorkers for tuning in. I know you'd rather be watching the Knicks. While there are...
By the way, he is really good. His position is a smile in the Knicks. Meanwhile, Cuomo's going, you've not molested anyone, and shame on you. Shame on you. They rely on people being disconnected from each other, people not having community and support. I don't know if you caught this earlier. I was talking about the film Parasite, which is a film made by Bong Joon-ho, great filmmaker. He is an avowed Marxist. He's a legit actual Marxist. He was like part of a young Korean Marxist program. But the point is, an interesting thing that he does in this film cinematically, there's a poor family and a rich family. The poor family he includes in shots, group shots. So it'll be like 4 people, the whole family, 2 or 3 people. Like they're always together in the same shot. The rich family is always isolated in shots. He'll have just the dad, then just the daughter. They're not connected in the same kind of way. And the point is, the poor need to connect, okay? Because I don't want to spoil too much about Parasite, but within kind of the narrative, the poor might meet some people even more poor and fuck themselves over. If you love foreign films, you've probably seen Parasite. Maybe the most successful foreign film of all time. Not like financially, but it won Best Picture. It was a huge movie. It's quite good. I See the Devil. That's not the same director. That's not a Bong Joon-ho picture. And I don't think it's Chan Wook Park. Who directed that one? I don't know. But that's a good one. I watched the whole like true crime bullshit that we're doing. Asia, much like skincare, Asia is way ahead of the curve on the true crime stuff. Speaking of true crime, Zoran Muhammad Mamdani. Zorhan Hussein Mamdani.
Candidates on this stage, you will hear only two messages. My opponents, who spend more time trying to convince the other to drop out than actually proposing their own policies, will speak only of the past.
It was natural.
Because
it's a good
that's
movie.
all that they know. I am the sole candidate running with a vision for the future of this city. Andrew Cuomo will spend much of tonight attacking me. He is a desperate man, lashing out because he knows that the one thing he's always cared about, power, is now slipping away from him. He will amplify right-wing talking points, he will share conspiracy theories, and he will do these things to make you feel that this should keep you up at night. But I've been spending the last year listening to New Yorkers, and I know what actually keeps you up.
That is a good point. It would be funny if a little gravestone came down and said, R.I.P. Andrew Cuomo.
It's whether or not you can afford to live a safe and dignified life in this city. I have plans for our future. My opponents only have fear.
Damn, he's good. The cool thing about Mamdani is like he's hot enough to be attractive, but not so hot that it's overwhelming. Not so hot where you don't think he'd hang out with you. I gotta go pee. I'm just gonna let this play, and I'll be back shortly after I'm done peeing.
We first just heard from the Republican candidate for mayor, and then we heard from Donald Trump's puppet himself, Andrew Cuomo. You could turn on TV any day of the week, and you will hear Donald Trump share that his pick for mayor is Andrew Cuomo. And he wants Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor, not because it will be good for New Yorkers, but because it will be good for him. Look, Donald Trump ran on three promises. He ran on creating the single largest deportation force in American history. He ran on going after his political enemies, and he ran on lowering the cost of living. If he wants to talk to me about the third piece of that agenda, I will always be ready and willing. But if he wants to talk about how to pursue the first and second piece of that agenda at the expense of New Yorkers,
President Trump has to respect you. He sent the National Guard into 20 cities. City he didn't send it into? New York. Because I talked to him and I said, we don't need you here. He has said he'll take over New York if Mamdani wins, and he will, because he has no respect for him. He thinks he's a kid and he's going to knock him on his tuchus. Yeah, the difference on this question is I've actually lived it, and I've done it with President Trump over many years through the most difficult situation that this country has gone through, COVID plus. You're wrong. You're going to have to confront President Trump. He is hyper-aggressive, and he is going to overstep his bounds. And you are going to have to confront him. And you can beat him. I confronted him, and I have beaten him. He was going to quarantine New York during COVID. And I stopped him. He was going to cut aid to federal programs, and I stopped him. But
Hassan does literally do that, doesn't he? Just will get, when I say literally do, like I didn't just fucking do that.
Federal help if we're going to save our city.
Anyway, Andrew Cuomo sucks. I think we've established. Here's the more important thing, right? I'm about to order dinner, okay? I'm going to show you where I'm going to order some Chinese food. You guys can tell me what you think I should get, and I'm probably not going to do it. This tells you within a general, I'll tell you this, where I live, I'm in walking distance of this place. Ooh-hoo-hoo. How far is that? I don't know. All right. Can you play the thingies I sent you before I have to go do important things that aren't as important, but I don't have to do a goddamn thing? Yeah, I'll play that for you. Then we'll order the dinner. Let me see what you just sent me right here. I got 6 messages right here. Oh, we got some photos right here of the No Kings. Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna have a little photo session of Lamp's photos, if that's cool. Can I show them on Streamlamp? What do you think? Then I will peek at some of the things you sent me on Instagram. Let's do a little download there. Then I will show you my pictures. Okay, let me in fact send them to myself so I can activate that. Unless of things you can show them all, but they're not exciting. I think they're all very exciting. All right, let me send myself an email with my pictures from the No Kings protest. and we will collectively watch them. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. There's a big protest in Chicago, Illinois. All right, I'll play this video of them debating while I put all this together.
Mr. Cuomo, in 2021, 13 different women who worked in your administration credibly accused you of sexual harassment. Since then, you have spent more than $20 million in taxpayer funds to defend yourself, all while describing these allegations as entirely political.
Absolutely.
You have even gone so
pretty
far
much
as to legally go after these women. One of those women, Charlotte Bennett, is here in the audience this evening. You sought to access her private gynecological records. She cannot speak up for herself because you lodged a defamation case against her. I, however, can speak. What do you say to the 13 women that you sexually harassed?
Damn, he killed him, dude. He's good at this.
If you want to be in government, then you have to be serious and mature.
Socialism is the only way. Well,
there were allegations of sexual harassment.
mail drop. Okay.
They were then went to 5 district attorneys.
We're doomed otherwise. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right about it. But on the other hand, literally, who gives a shit about anything? All right, let me share these photos and videos that Lamp just sent me. I have to pull them up, and then I'll show mine. All right. Let me change what I'm showing to you guys. Where's Discord? Is this Discord? What are you seeing right here? Are you not seeing the images on Discord that Lamp shared? I guess you're not. I don't know why. You're hearing it though. I can pull up the Instagram stuff. I got flu and COVID shots today. Probably which means I'm going to be up at 3. I'm feeling like shit. Yeah, I got my vaccines because I'm not autistic enough and I wanted to get more autistic. I got my vaccines like a couple weeks ago, and the next day I kind of felt like shit. But in a way, you know, what's the old Mark Maron joke before he just talked about how Joe Rogan's bad, which to be fair is true. But the old Mark Maron joke, and he'd be like, I don't know, when you're as anxious as me getting sick rocks. It's the only time you can really relax. And I've always kind of felt that way. So being a little sick, I was like, hell yeah. And have tea bags ready. No kidding. Bring a Gatorade and drink a Gatorade and take an Advil before bed. I agree with all of that. Oh, shit. I'm not even properly showing you guys what I've got here. But just a second. Discord. Okay, whatever. I'll just pull up the Instagrams. So we got some Instagrams here. If you guys want me to watch anything, feel free. Let me see if I can log in on my band's Instagram account. It doesn't even exist anymore. Okay. I do have my own. Okay, now this might just be me logging into Instagram, which I don't know how to do. I don't remember. Let me see. This is really good content right here. Okay, that's not going to work. All right, log in with Facebook. I hope you guys don't see any important Facebook things for me, but it also doesn't really matter, so who gives a shit? They gotta be fucking Instagram videos, dude. Instagram is annoying. You just sent me the videos? Oh, like, so they're not Instagram necessarily? Yeah, you did send me the videos, but no libs, no links. I gotta figure out how to share shit. Okay. Is this working here? Yes, continue as Colin. Great, now I have a Facebook account. Really cool. And now I have an Instagram account. Great. Instagram.com. Oh, this is Smiling Politely Chicago. Okay, so that's my Smashing Pumpkins tribute band. Anyway, now let's open up your Discord. You open up your messages on Discord from Instagram. Noted and reported. What's happening? It wasn't paying. Nothing terribly interesting. I'm running out of steam. That's what it is. Some of the most viral images to come from the protests outside the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement building in South Portland have also been the silliest. Protesters dressed as zebras, frogs, unicorns, chickens, and clowns. Oh, fucking shit. You're on TV.
Over again, if they want to. We were watching clips of the frog, and it was like, we should just do this. We should just buy a bunch of them. And so everybody started chipping in, and it blew up really big, really fast. We purchased like 160 something, and I think we've given out about half of those.
Good for you.
That's what we have left right now, but we're bringing more, like at least like 20 every day. I mean, everybody wants a frog, and people like the unicorns a lot, and the chickens actually. It just shows how ludicrous all of this is. These are not violent protesters.
Smart.
These are American protesters. It's a serious threat to democracy. If you watch the news in Chicago, they've started doing it, and we've gotten inquiries from a lot of different people in different cities who want to start doing it there too.
We were doing it in Chicago. You're absolutely correct. We missed the beginning. Operation Inflation.
Inflatable costumes for anybody to come and have for free.
This fucking rocks. Listen, do you have like a link to support Operation Inflation? I'll fucking support that shit. By the way, I freeze this at a really flattering angle for you right there, so you're very, very welcome. Yes, I think that's fucking cool as hell, dude. Absolutely. Go for it. If you have like a link to how we support that shit, please sound off in the comments. All right, let me pull up my videos from Chicago, and we got some good. There was a lot of inflatable shit in Chicago. I think this is the right way to handle it, because like if you're violent, they know how to be violent. They know it. They love that shit. That what they're not nearly as good with is if you're mocking them, if you're making fun of them. All right, let me just. I think I tried to send too many photos. Yeah. Let me show you. Let me share these that I got. All right. In the mail, 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 in the mail. Two. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me send one more. There we go. Insert photo or video. I'll just keep playing this video in the background while we go.
Take home with them, protest in them.
I am such a talented content creator. I don't like talking to the press, but she was really nice. You did a great job.
We should just do this. We should just buy a bunch of them. And so everybody started chipping in, and it blew up really big, really fast. We purchased like 160 something, and I think we've given out about half of those, and then this is what we have left right now. But we're bringing more, like at least like 20 every day. I mean, everybody wants a frog, and people like the unicorns a lot, and the chickens actually. It just shows how ludicrous all of this is.
It really is. You're not wrong. I think you shared another one as well, or maybe that was. Oh, is this NPR? You were on fucking NPR? Good for you. Is it that open here? Wait. Have war-torn Portland.
American protesters.
Isn't he's sending shit into Portland too, right? Operation Inflation. What we got here? She was on Fresh Air. You were on Fresh Air? I didn't know that. Good for you, man. Why didn't you fucking tell me that? Did you meet Terry Gross? Okay. Let me go over. I've got multiple monitors here, and I'm bad at creating content. But you know what? The important thing is we're all watching it, and that's ultimately what matters. And you know what? I will follow you with this new account that I've created or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but there you go. Good for you of being on fucking Fresh Air, dude. You're too big news for this.
Anti-Trump rallies in inflatable costumes. It's no accident.
We've been calling for other people to use inflatables and trying to make it clear that this is an actual political strategy. This is not just a silly, funny meme.
Last weekend, the trend spread to No Kings rallies across the country. But it all started earlier this month in Portland.
No shit. You fucking started this shit? No, good for you. I didn't even know that. That fucking rocks. God damn. I'm going to tell people that somebody the person who was started all this inflatable shit watches my show. I'm going to like fucking brag for you. Okay. That's true. I did see Scooter. LOL. Good for you, Scooter. What is this?
Costume protested ICE. When he tried to help a fellow demonstrator, a federal agent actually sprayed a chemical inside the air tank in his inflatable costume. The image of militarized law enforcement taking on a guy in an inflatable suit struck Liebeck as absurd.
What if somebody bought a lot of them and distributed them at the facility?
That's exactly what Liebeck and a colleague did. They call it Operation Inflation. It was a way to counter the narrative.
Oh, you're the colleague. Congrats on being the colleague.
I believe that the Portland people are scared. You
That's
look
true.
at what's happened with Portland over the years. It's a burning hellhole.
We were mocking the lies about how Portland is a
Respect
wasteland of burning nightmares and not a pretty bougie city. To be frank, filled with ice cream and high-end bookstores.
Brown said the inflatable.
No, you'll always be a colleague to me.
Temperature. We talked to 1 or 2 police officers about it.
He said that the thing he likes about it is he knows anyone in these costumes isn't going to be doing something that they've got to run from.
Nothing matters.
Which is fair, because if you haven't been in one of these costumes, you cannot run in them.
Last weekend, people followed Portland's lead, including here.
I think they might have.
I would have come as a frog, but I couldn't find a frog, so I have to be a unicorn. This brings joy and hope to people who are in a situation right now that is frightening. It is terribly frightening.
He worries that under President Trump, upcoming elections might not be fair. And he says one way to
Oh, you
counter
fucking
the president
think?
is with satire.
Absolutely.
I can't handle people responding in a silly or frivolous or humorous fashion.
That's true.
I just don't know what to do about that.
President Trump dismissed the No Kings protests.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. I'm not a king. I work my off to make our country great. That's all it is. I'm not a king at all.
And then he mocked the protesters by posting this AI-generated video.
It is very funny that he posted an AI video where he took a shit on protesters. That was funny.
A federal appeals court recently sided with the president on sending the National Guard to Portland. But one judge wrote in dissent that given all the inflatable...
Scooter was the unicorn. Was he really?
People could see the ruling as
I'm going to believe that.
Merely absurd. People have been showing up to anti-Trump rallies in inflatable costumes. It's no accident.
Oh, we already watched that part. Well, let me show you something. We are all unicorns here. On this blessed day, we are all indeed all unicorns. I got a picture of myself with 2 little inflatable folks as well, and I can show you what those looked like. Way to the danger zone. All right. If I can get this media player to work. You can hear it. You can hear the video playing in the background. Wait, is it not? God damn it. Take a highway to the danger zone. Oh, yeah. I can put a media source up here. All right, let me create new. All right, just a second. Create new. You're going to see... Guys, you are going to see a cool video in a second that definitely was worth it. Definitely wasn't a waste of everyone's goddamn time. And definitely isn't... God damn it! Oh, I hate everything. How do I fucking rotate this thing? Whatever. You guys, you're going to fucking watch this. I'll rotate like that. No, that was the play button. Properties... Speed, I can make it faster or shorter. Need to rotate. Is this worth it, guys? Is this all worth it so far? They're going to put you on a quarter. That's true. And first off, they fucking should. There you go. I'm making it the whole screen. You guys just tilt your head. That's me with 2 inflatable Trumps behind me. At the beautiful No Kings protest in Chicago, Illinois. That was it. 5 seconds. Was it worth it? Again. Look at my stupid head. Getting a work notification. Okay, cool. Anyway, all right, guys. So that sums it all up. We've got a celebrity in the chat, so congrats on that. Keep doing it, man. I think you're going to live in a quarter. You might also... I love that. Please post it so we can repost it. Yeah, I'll send it to you, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. What do we got here? Videos. I'm just sending it to her. Then we will decide what I'm going to get for dinner. There you go. Aren't I a cutie pie? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. What am I going to get for dinner here? Let's go back to where I'm actually supporting immigrants in this country, and I'm going to order some food from the Great Dragon Restaurant. Okay? I'll get a jumbo shrimp fried rice. Oh, God, they got spicy chicken wings. I might get... Oh, God. Guys, do not order Chinese food when the edible be hitting, okay? Don't fucking do it, dude. Our menu. All right, what am I going to get here? Appetizers. We got some soups. I got to get my ass a soup. Should I get the egg drop or the hot and sour? Get the bong chuno. That got a laugh out of me. It was racist, and I like that about that. I love you too. Hot and sour, you're saying? All right, I'll get the hot and sour. I'll get the hot and sour soup. I'm literally going to write this down on a Post-it note because I'm going to make a phone call to them. Hot sour. Hot sour. All right, hot sour. All right, let me see this fried rice here. What if I get a Mexican fried rice with jalapeno peppers? God damn, we are living in Chicago, Illinois. A plain fried rice with egg vegetable fried rice. Sweet and sour chicken. No, I'm not going to do that. Veggie fried rice. You're telling me a vegetable fried this rice? I am a pussy. You're not wrong about that. But let me see. Is the side order? Because those spicy chicken wings are fucking... I'm feeling those right now. Maybe they be under chicken? Jalapeno chicken? Oh, no, I bet they're under appetizers. Spicy chicken wings, 6 of them for $7.25. Definitely going to get some spicy chicken wings. I'm going to go walk and pick this up because people pay too much for the goddamn delivery. Crab rangoon. I can get 4 of them for $6. Or I could get vegetable egg roll for $2.25, which I'm going to do instead. And then I'm going to get some lo mein. What kind of lo mein should I get? We'll see what my options are here. What's the difference between lo mein and chow fun? The difference about 50 cents. Should I get a lo mein or a chow fun? Tell me, and I'll do what I'm told. Or a Cantonese pan-fried noodle. Well, I don't really know what any of that shit is, but what should I do here? Go crazy, get high main. Took me a second, but it got a laugh out of me. Congrats. Shrimp lo mein is $12.25. Shrimp chow fun is $12.9. Okay, so they're actually... No, the chow fun is actually more. I was just looking at the wrong thing. I love lo mein too, dude. I'm a fucking big fan. $11.95. You know, I'm going to get the shrimp lo mein. I'm going to get the shrimp lo mein. I'm just going to fucking do it. Guys, I'm just going to fucking do it. Okay? Contact us. I'm going to call them. We'd love to hear your feedback. I'm not... Who the fuck? Just going to put in a goddamn... It'd be silly. All right, I'm going to call these people. Do not call them. If you see the number on here, do not look it up. Let's freaking go. Wait, 708-667-0279. Okay. Don't call them. Don't be weird. Their business. Go order from them. They're pretty good. This is Dougie's restaurant. He owns it.
Hello, Great Dragon.
Hey there. Want to put in an order for pickup, please?
For pickup, okay. May I have your phone number?
Sure. My phone number is... All right, let me please get a small hot and sour soup. small vegetable fried rice.
A small vegetable fried rice.
Yeah, the spicy chicken wings.
A spicy chicken wing.
Yeah, a 2 vegetable egg rolls.
2 vegetable egg roll. Okay.
And a small shrimp lo mein.
A small. Oh, sorry. The lo mein only one size. Okay.
Okay, whatever. Just shrimp lo mein then.
Yeah. Thank you. Can it be all?
That'll be all.
Okay. Total is 39.48. About 10 to 15 minutes.
Sounds good. I'll walk right over.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So I'm going to go get my Chinese food and watch Aliens. And honestly, I'm going to have 1-800-COLIN B. I don't know who that is. What a stupid name for someone to have. What a stupid English name. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to have a great fucking evening. So remember, guys, whatever you do, you got to get out there and vote for Andrew Cuomo. All right? You got to go to New York, register. We got to get him over the finish line. All right? He has so much more molesting to do that he was never able to do before. So if I leave you with one message, it's that. Andrew Cuomo is our next president.